Here we have our random values in an array, and the rightmost value is going to be our pivot assigned with a pointer. The leftmost value is going to get an iterator location to start out the pivot search. So now we're going to compare the iterator position with the pivot position to see if it's greater than or equal to the pivot. It is less than, so we need to increment the iterator. Check the iterator against pivot, it's greater than. Store that in a temporary variable. And we're going to shift the contents of the array left in a loop and set the temporary variable to where the pivot was and decrement the pivot pointer. We're going to do the same check against iterator against pivot. It is greater than. Same thing, we need to rotate left, all the values. And in this mode, we are inserting directly after the pivot. Decrement the pivot pointer. Go through, it is greater, store it in temporary. Run the for loop to shift left. Store temporary in the pivot and decrement pivot pointer. Do the check. It is less than, so we increase the iterator pointer. The new iterator is greater than, so we store it temporary. Shift left, store it. Decrement the iterator. Do the check iterator against this. And this is all done while the iterator is less than the pivot pointer. So now, since we have reached and it's no longer, the iterator is no longer less than the pivot pointer, we exit out of scope, and now we are finished with the left side of iterator all being less than and the right side of iterator all being greater than or equal to.